Hello guys, in this tutorial we will learn about the basics of the MATLAB. The purpose of MATLAB designers are to make programming easy for us, especially for solving numerical problems. MATLAB saves a lot of our time. It is very powerful language and one can easily understand the code written in it. MATLAB can be used in two basic modes. First is the command window. You can see in front of us it is command window, where you type a command or expression and get an immediate result. Second is to write a program using script and function. We will see the functions later in this course. Let's open the MATLAB and see how it looks. The configuration may vary based on settings and installed version, but you can go to Home and set the default layout from here. You can see three windows here. In the middle left, you can see the current folder. It is the place where MATLAB stores our work. On the left bottom, you can see workspace. That shows the current variable, as we have not defined any variable until, so it is empty. On the right side, you can see command window. It is the place where you can type and run the command. In command window, you can see prompt sign. That means MATLAB is ready to perform any task or run a command. Before moving to the MATLAB, remember that our approach toward learning MATLAB will be practical, so most of the time we will be programming the things. It is time to start coding in MATLAB. First, we will see how to store a value in a variable. The simplest way to store a value in a variable is using assignment statement. Say I want to assign variable x a value 4. So we do it as x is equal to 4. Now remember that variable name can contain letters, underscores or digits, but the name should start with a letter. Now you can see in the workspace that x variable is present. We can also use clear command and clc command in MATLAB. Clear command is used to clear the workspace. You can see now x is not present in workspace. clc command is used to clear the command window. Now let's perform some mathematical operations like multiplication and addition. So we have to define x again. X is equal to 4. Y is equal to x plus 4. So the answer is correct, that is 8. U is equal to x multiplied with 2. Answer is again 8, that is correct. As you can see, it is quite simple. Putting a semicolon at the end of the statement will suppress the output from the command window, meaning that the command will be carried out but MATLAB will not show the results. Let me try a command. P is equal to 0 and I put semicolon at the end. So you can see that MATLAB has carried out the command but no output is displayed in the command window. Okay, one more thing. P plus 1. This time we don't put semicolon. So you can see that as we have not assigned a variable to the above expression on MATLAB, so MATLAB has created a default variable with name, answer and stored the result in this variable. Note that you can also repeat any command by using up, down arrows in MATLAB. Basically the up down arrows are present on your keyboard, so you can see them from there. Workspace has all the variables that we have declared up till now. Clear function is used to clear the workspace. I have already told you that. And clc is used to clear the command window. Now let's use MATLAB as a calculator. Suppose that you are asked to find the average of first 5 integers starting from 0. What will you do? Okay, let's see. X is equal to 0 colon 5. Then average of x is equal to sum of x divided by length of x. That is 2.5. We have used colon operator, but why? The syntax of the colon operator is start colon stepwise colon end. So it create a vector whose starting point is 0 in our case and end point is 5. Wait, you have seen we have not mentioned the step size. Let's see how MATLAB deals with it if you don't mention the step size. X is equal to 0 colon 5. So it has a default value of 1 for increment. Colon is useful for generating huge number of vectors with equal spaces like this. Minus 10 with increment of 2 up to 100. Another example is yy is equal to minus 100 colon 2 colon 100. So I think it is clear to you. Now we will move to vectors and matrices. MATLAB is designed with matrices. MATLAB is designed to deal with matrices. Let's define a scalar vector values and see its size. Let's say O is equal to 8. So the size is 1 cross 1, which is right. So MATLAB looks at everything like a matrix. Whenever you want to define a vector or a matrix in MATLAB, you have to use square brackets, space or comma to separate the values. Semicolon is used to start a new row. For example, let's define a vector in a variable a. A is equal to 9, 3, 4. Let's define another matrix. 3, 4, 5, semicolon 6, 7, 5. Let's check the size of these variables by using MATLAB built-in function size. One cross 3, it is right. 1 row and 3 columns. Size of B, 2 rows and 3 columns. The first number represents the number of rows while the second number represents the columns. How do we access part of matrix or vectors? Now let's suppose I want to extract value 4 from variable A. See, the index of 4 is 3. Keeping in mind that index, MATLAB start indexing of a vector from 1. Note down the important point. If you want to access the value in the matrices, you have to use the round brackets. Let's do it. So the answer is 4. Or you can do it like this. Answer is again 4. Or you can do it by this. So the answer is again 4. Have you seen the diversity here? We can do one thing in multiple ways in MATLAB. Let's see some operations. It is your exercise to think about them. X is equal to 3, 2, 1, semicolon 6, 5, 4, semicolon 0, 0, 17, square bracket close. 1, 1, colon 2, colon end. All the rows and second column of matrix X, and the next is row 1 to row end, and only include second and third column. So the next thing we are going to learn in MATLAB is plotting. First define a variable, then pass it to a plot command to see the results. Let's say A is equal to 1 colon 10, taking power of 2. Quite nice. Let's plot some function with respect to time. B is equal to t raised to the power 2. So you can see that MATLAB has given us a plot in figure number 1. Now if you want to close the MATLAB, you can type this command. In the command window like this. That is it. Yes, we are done for now. See you in the next tutorial.